you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira. It's good to see you.
And I'm Candace Bailey. We're coming to you from the G4 studios in Los Angeles.
On the show today, thank you so much. I was summoning Hadouken. For the first time ever, wrestling superstar Triple H will be here. We're going to go chair to chair, center stage in the AOTS interviewing ring. We're going to talk about his new movie, The Chaperone, and a possible return to the WWE.
Nice.
Possible. Then Morgan Webb joins me for a game break. She'll let us know if a game about Russian dolls stacks up. And then we'll follow two Nordic characters on a very special adventure.
Plus, we'll announce the winners for the ATN Omgroffalo. Your viewer comments are getting terrible. And we have an all-new DVD Day. Chris Moore will have you mapping out where the nearest bunker is after he shares two scary titles with us. And then a President's Day themed rapid fire.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I took to the mats with Brian and Kane from G4's Jump City, Seattle, and I thought I made a pretty good argument for joining their urban gymnastics team until they turned the heat up.
Yeah, we have actually some never-before-seen footage of Candace getting flung through the air. It's not good.
Scaling walls, jumping from rooftops, hurling obstacles with the greatest of ease. You might think I'm describing the newest Spider-Man movie, but I'm actually talking about one of the fastest growing sports across the globe, parkour. Parkour! America's top free runners are taking to the sky in G4's newest show, Jump City, Seattle, where 4 teams of urban athletes compete for the championship title in some high-flying parkour. Who says superheroes don't exist? You guys are Team Tempest in Jump City, Seattle.
There's actually 11 of us on the team, 10 guys, 1 girl. For the show, it's me, Kane, Levi, and Diddy. Diddy was kind of the grandfather of the team. It was his idea in college to come out here and create a professional team, and it just kind of grew from there.
Oh, big cat leap. Very nice.
So what's in store for us this season on Jump City, Seattle?
We thought it was going to be mostly just about showing the world the sport and the movements behind it, but I think if you really watch the show, it shows a lot more about the people behind the sport and the different lifestyles that we're all in, because all the teams are completely different.
You guys are incredible. I want to learn how to do this. So where do we get started?
Well, I think the first thing we should start with is a roll, just because that's your safety, and if
Okay.
a move ever goes wrong or
You feel like you're going to fall, just tuck a shoulder
Just
and
do
roll.
a roll?
Exactly.
Okay.
1 knee down, 1 knee up, back toe into the ground, and push your hips right over the top. That was perfect.
So it should start here, and then go here.
Yeah, good job. The biggest thing is just repetition. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
Next.
Yeah!
He makes it look really easy, but I know it's not that easy.
There you go, very good.
No. These show-offs, but I have a few moves of my own. No, this is more my style. Kane, Brian, thank you so much for today. I'm no parkour master yet, but maybe in a few 100 years? Nah, I think I'll stick to elevators and sidewalks. Gotta move with it. Move with it. Yeah. I love parkour. So hardcore. Like me. Downloadable games.
Yeah, sometimes a man has to be in touch with his cuddly side. You know, you got.
Yeah.
Really, you got to cuddle. Trust me, because cuddling turns into magic time. That's penetration. Please welcome back X Plays Morgan Webb.
Wow, thank you.
big Morgan Webb fans around here. Just so you
I
know.
like it.
We
I
had
like
a banner. It was a fire thing. We had to take it down. But thank you. We got a pair of downloadable games. The first one comes from Tim Schafer and Double Fine Productions. We're big Double Fine fans here.
Big Double Fine fans. People might recognize Brutal Legend, Psychonauts, some of their other games. Which
Well, you might not recognize Psychonauts, but you should.
You should.
Because it was
Oh.
a damn fine game that like nobody bought and
This
played.
was like the critics' darling.
Yeah, it really was. But Stacking is out now.
Stacking is out.
You play as a Russian nesting doll, so I'm sure the market research said that's what the tweens want to do, right?
Exactly. It's sort of during the Industrial Revolution. It's all silent film.
Yes, it is.
Which I know you're not necessarily the biggest fan of, but so you play as Charlie. You're the tiniest little nesting
Teeny
doll.
tiny little Matryoshka.
You're like the one in the middle that can't split anymore, even no matter how hard you try. So now what
Right.
you can do is you can stack yourself into other dolls if you can sneak up behind them, and you use the stacking to solve puzzles, and you're trying to save your family from this evil baron who kidnapped them and everything.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the plot is fun. I mean, there is a plot. That's great. But the
it's
gameplay
funny. It's
mechanics,
quirky.
the gameplay mechanics are more about getting into. It reminds me of Messiah, like taking over another personality, and each doll that you take over or possess has a different ability.
Yeah, so for example, there's a lady who does a little sexy dance, and so she can lure guys away, or
Okay.
she's made of wood. She doesn't do that much of a sexy dance, but
Well, in the world of nesting dolls, it's very provocative.
she has a fan, or she can pretend. There's a lady who pretends she's in distress, and there's characters that fart and fly and squirt water and that kind of thing. So you're trying to stack into the dolls, so you're using their abilities.
Using those to
help
solve puzzles, then, right?
Exactly.
Okay. With that said, is there multiple ways to approach a puzzle? Is it a very linear game where you have to get this power to unlock this thing to beat this level? Or?
Well, that's sort of the fun thing is all the dolls in the area are going to have different abilities, and you might think of a different way to solve the puzzle. And so you keep trying different things, and it'll tell you maybe there's like 3 ways to solve this puzzle, and so you can try to figure it out that way.
Double Fine games, always polished. I think that they're always
Yes.
quality, but
Quirky.
But for some people, that quirkiness I think might be a turnoff. It might be it's not so accessible, if you will. Is Stacking one of those games, or is this something that you can recommend easily to everybody?
I think I can recommend this to most people. Like if you like puzzle games and if you enjoy a quirky sense of humor, which I feel like most gamers do, then I feel like it's definitely a recommend.
All right, it's available for 1,200 MS points or $15. I really wish they would quit that. What did X-Play give it?
4 out of 5.
Okay, solid title.
So it is solid. If it looked at all appealing to you guys, just pick it up.
All right, next we have another puzzle game. This is from a Swedish developer. This is Elo Milo.
Elo Milo.
Which I was waiting for a long time because it just looked adorable.
It's pretty adorable. It has a little bit of a Little Big Planet aesthetic. It has a little
absolutely.
like stitched aesthetic. It's again very, very polished. It's a puzzle game, so you're 2 friends and you try to meet for tea in the forest every day.
Of course you do.
But the forest keeps changing, or maybe you have really bad memories. They don't really make it clear. And so each day you have to figure out how to meet up, and see there they meet up in the end and they're happy. Yay!
But the obstacles seem to be, there's a space between us. Not the Dave Matthews song, but there's an actual physical space, so they have
Right.
to put down blocks or something like that?
Yeah, so you basically can pick up certain kinds of blocks and put them in different places to solve the puzzles. You can also rotate the entire map by walking over the edges.
Okay.
So it's sort of deceptively simple. You're like, oh, I got this. This is for kids. And then by the end, you're like, oh, my brain.
Right, you're begging a kid to beat it for you because you can't do it. Yeah.
See, like we saw right there, we just turned the corner right there. It starts to mess with your head a little bit.
Mind blown. All right, it's
Yeah.
800 fun points or 10 human dollars. What did X-Play give this one?
Actually, it got a 5 out of 5.
Wow, solid.
Yeah, it had challenging puzzles. It had an adorable, weird little story. Great art design.
But Morgan Webb, always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Again, both games are available to download right now, so do it. Still ahead, the Chaperone star and WWE icon Triple H will be here.
Plus, find out if your submission won our ATN caption contest when we come back.
What was it called again? The
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. 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 You lose.
Thank you.
It's time to announce this week's Groffwell caption winners.
Yes, we're going around the net. By the way,
Yoga
what's up?
isn't just a whole body experience. anymore.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Why is that, though, Candace? Tell them why.
This lady shames her family when she puts yoga all over her face.
Yeah. Now you can actually look even dumber on your yoga mat.
Let's start with the Satchmo, just because it's fun and you're working the buccinator muscles. So what you do is you take an inhale of breath and you puff the cheek, you puff the breath from cheek to cheek. So I'll demonstrate.
And how many times do you have to do it on both sides?
Until you run out of breath. We can also do the prom queen, which is stretching the corners of the mouth towards the ears with a slightly upward smile and like you're laughing out loud. And just feel that stretch of the lips towards the ears. Yeah. And open the mouth. Ah.
And the more glassy-eyed and crazy you look, the better?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow. The little boy looks scared of the blonde one. That was weird. I would be too.
That's not a boy.
I would be too. Okay.
We asked you to provide a caption for what is the name of this exercise these ladies are doing.
And the winning caption comes from Justin the Jig, the John Goodman. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, we're warming up. We're warming up. And number 3 today, I gotta hope we're warming up. And number 3 today, Bieber fever is spreading to other nations.
We have evidence that the infection has jumped the pond. Poor, poor British TV host James Corden.
This is your first Brit Awards. Are you enjoying it?
It is. It's my first time here. I'm really excited. So many people are so nice here, and I'm excited.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes.
That's so awkward.
Look at yours. I can see all the restraining order in them. The winner for What Does Justin Bieber Smell Like?
Cheesy Bones with Teenage Girl Tears.
Oh, all right. We would have also accepted Usher's Seed for the record.
That's a good one. In at number 2, it's time for our monkey fix of the day.
More importantly, it brought us Candace says monkeypenis.com. Works every time. Every time. So we asked you a very simple question. Why did the monkeys pull down that guy's pants?
Wheelman Press wrote, because the monkey works for the TSA.
I get it. I get it. We're warming up, guys. We're warming up.
We got number 1.
Oh, yeah, we have one left. We have one left. But now that we're warm, this one is going to be
Blow your
room
socks
temperature.
off.
All right. And at number 1, if this lady lives in the apartment above you, you should move.
This clip is set to the song Everyone is Kung Fu Fighting, but the song should be renamed to It Just Sounded Like Everyone Was Kung Fu Fighting. We asked what style of martial arts she was practicing.
Infinite Sustain, take us home. He responded with, clearly she's a master of Muay Thai. Scorching! To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/around... I just thought about it again. Get lost in it. /around the net. Sorry.
Still ahead, Kevin and I give the LG Quantum our official Gadgetron review.
And later, guess what? WWE Superstar Triple H talks about a possible return to the ring. But first, here's some love advice from ICP.
Happy Valentine's Day. It's a special day. Let that baby midget that flies around shoot you with that arrow and let romance blossom in your heart. find that lady, and if she got a man, you stab his ass, and you take her and make her yours. That's right, it's Valentine's. Give her a hug-a-lo, scrub-a-lo. That's some sweet Give her a hug-a-lo, scrub-a-lo.
It's Friday, February 18th, and here are your top stories. If you've been springing for the extra deluxe models of headphones, you might be getting boned. Yeah, amateur engineers have discovered that the hardware in two differently priced sets of Sennheiser headphones is identical except for one thing. The cheaper HD 555 set has a piece of foam lodged inside to intentionally reduce the sound quality. But here's the good news. All it takes is a Phillips head screwdriver to open up the headphones. You can pull out the black foam and instantly own a pair of HD 595s instead, and save yourself $160 off the price tag. The latest development out of Hong Kong isn't a tiny piece of tech or expertly pirated movies. It's fast food weddings. A couple in Hong Kong asked to be married beneath the Golden Arches on Valentine's Day, and the event was so popular that the chain is now offering the service to all residents. The McNuptials include a wedding cake made out of apple pies and Happy Meal toy wedding favors. But since Mickey D's can't sell alcohol, milkshakes and sodas will have to sit in for the champagne toast. Thankfully, the weddings are also dollar menu priced. A ceremony only costs a few $100 US. And now it's time for the Fart.com story of the day. Pizza is a staple of the stoner diet. That's why it's no surprise that a Canadian pizzeria got busted for doling out more than just breadsticks with their pizza. You know what I mean. Police recently discovered over $1 million worth of ganja that was being sold from a popular pizza joint near the University of Toronto. Authorities apparently became suspicious when they observed customers consistently going into the corner shop and leaving without a cardboard box in their hands. So if you're looking for a pizza in Toronto, be warned, you might get in trouble if you try and ask for extra spinach. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now back to Kevin and Candace. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. I like pizza a lot.
I like pizza.
Yeah, I get it. Stoner.
No. This week we celebrated YouTube's 6th birthday.
Oh, right. Underage.
You've given us so many disturbing images that have been burned into our minds forever.
Yeah, but then there are people like British animator Syriac, and he's been blowing our mind with his uploads since 2005. 2005.
It's been nearly 5 years since Brighton, UK-based artist Syriac uploaded his first short animation to YouTube. His uniquely disturbing and surreal videos have now clocked over 30 million views, and he's just getting started. Syriac Harris grew up with a passion for art and drawing. He even experimented with flip animations in the corners of his parents' books. After years of drawing and studying, Syriac graduated college with a degree in animation. But with no real career plan, he gave up on animation and instead went to work at a graphic design job so that he could pay the bills. There, he says he had plenty of free time to goof off, making odd animated GIFs on company time. He posted his finished mini masterpieces to beta.com, a popular message board for digital artists. Soon, Syriac's fans spread his animations across the web. In 2005, he was laid off from his design job and was forced to put his animation talent to work. Unfortunately, Syriac's animations were everywhere, and he wasn't getting any of the credit. To fix that, he turned to YouTube and soon had thousands of new fans. In 2006, he was still out of work and his YouTube channel had become stagnant. With no new material to post, Syriac strung together his old animated GIFs into one video. This 5-minute-long medley of looping animations was an instant hit. YouTube featured it, and his random shorts racked up 1 million views overnight. Freelance offers rolled in from UK-based television stations, and major corporations like Sony and Coca-Cola. Syriac's newfound popularity also helped his work evolve and become more complex. Starting with 10-second video clips, he would use After Effects to feed the clips back in on themselves until something happened. In 2010, Syriac used the same process to animate a short video he filmed of a cow. This surreal video instantly went viral on Facebook, becoming his most popular video to date with over 7 million views and counting. Thanks to the success of cows, Syriac is now in high demand here in the US, with his work appearing on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim and on Showtime. He's grateful for all the paying gigs that he's landed, but isn't in it for the money. He's much happier doing his own thing, creating chaos out of order. Now 36, Syriac shows no signs of slowing down. His latest project is a brain-bending music video, and he may soon be adding 3D animation to his bag of tricks. Syriac in 3D? Now that, I gotta see.
Well, you want to know more about the LG Quantum, so here you go.
It's time for a viewer-requested cell phone in Gadget Prom.
Now that Windows Phone 7 is out in the wild, it might be time to give it a whirl with the LG Quantum. Featuring a 3.5-inch touchscreen and slide-out keyboard, you'll be able to access Xbox Live games, the Zune Marketplace, and real-time social feeds as fast as your fingers can carry you. Top it off with 16 gigs of storage and a 5-megapixel camera for free with a contract. Now this phone is pretty thin, especially for a phone with a slide-out keyboard.
Agreed.
Agreed. It's just a little thicker than an iPhone. It does feel kind of heavy, though. So do you like the design better than the Evo Shift from Monday?
I'm not in love with it over the design from Monday's phone. It's a perfectly fine design. It's nice and rounded. You're not going to slice yourself open by making a call. The sliding action of the phone is pretty nice. I don't feel like there's going to be too many accidental slides, although I will say with the volume buttons here, the up or down here, sometimes when I tried to actually turn the volume up, I would accidentally slide it open. So that does happen, but this is all. When we talk about the price, you'll understand why it's not that big a deal. Yeah.
Now, we like Windows Phone 7 here at AOTS, so is it as fun to use as all the other Windows phones we've tested?
It still irks me when we say we like something that was Windows related on this show. Like it feels like someone cursed, but it's true. We do like it a lot. The touchscreen is just as responsive as an Apple device, which is saying something. Navigating through the menus, as you can see, is incredibly streamlined. It's fun to navigate and poke a little box and have things fly away.
It is. I liked it.
We'd forgotten how well designed the new Windows Mobile really is and how easy it is to use. So kudos to everybody on the Windows Mobile team.
Now, can it run apps just as fast as other Windows phones?
Well, yes, it can, Candace Bailey.
Oh.
It's actually faster than the HTC HD7 when loading games like Rise of Glory. But I do want to point out that the apps themselves, they take a little while to download and to actually install. That process still feels a little too slow for me, but once they are installed, again, they load fairly quick.
Now, personally, I'd rather have a real keyboard than one with a touch screen, but sometimes these keyboards can be a little awkward.
Yeah, did you think this one was?
No, I really liked this one.
Yeah,
I liked all the clicks. I liked how they all keys like real buttons.
I love the QWERTY layout. Fascinating. They did a great job with that.
Big enough.
No, it really is. This one is not a bad keyboard at all. The keys are evenly sized. They're evenly spaced. They have that nice tactile clicking feeling that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Those function and shift keys there, they're like these little circular gemlets that are way off to the left, and they're too small, and they're too easy to press, and I'm angry about it. And I know some people are starving in the world, but this is my issue.
What do you mean they're too easy to press?
Like when you push it.
They still have the click factor, though.
They're too easy.
Push on it.
Too easy to push. Damn it. Also, this is more of a Windows Mobile complaint, but look, when you slide out the keyboard, the screen doesn't always go into landscape mode, and I can't think, unless you're dangling off a stripper pole and texting your friends, there's no time that you're going to have that flicked out and not want the screen to orient.
That's true. Now, how's the camera?
Meh. At best, I'm being generous with the meh. Indoor picture quality is sort of iffy at best. The flash washes everything out. Outdoor pictures are better, but again, they're still not great. Now, here's the deal. It'll record 720p video, but when you see it, this is awful. This is a fully lit apartment, and it looks like that zombie trailer we just showed.
I can't believe this is fully lit. It looks like it's so dark. You can't see anything.
Something nasty is about to happen in there, and it's fully lit. So there's cell phone cameras are something that that every device should be doing well since the mid 2000s. So figure it out.
Do they have as many apps as Android and Apple?
Not really, but that doesn't mean they don't have good apps. I mean, it doesn't have 500 different fart apps, no. But you can get Netflix and Twitter, the Amazon Kindle app, and Dropbox, among others. There are about 8,000 apps available for download right now, which is good. And of course, the Xbox Live games. And there are about 50 available, like Assassin's Creed, Need for Speed, Pac-Man, Elo Milo, which just came out. In fact, you're going to see the console review of that in just a few minutes in Game Break. But Xbox Live games are really one of the best parts of having a Windows Phone 7.
Now here's the really good news. It's only a penny with a contract on AT&T. So
it's a penny.
What are we rating it?
4 out of 5. Really, it's the camera and slight design issues. We really like that Windows Mobile 7 has a lot to offer. And again, it's a cent. You can't beat that.
Stay tuned. WWE superstar Triple H talks about teenagers taking each other to the mat.
It's an all-new interview with the game, so stick around. All right, my next guest today made a name for himself by smashing chairs over people's heads in the WWE, but now he's taking care of children. Sure. In the new movie, The Chaperone. I mean, really, what could go wrong? Please welcome Triple H!
Yeah.
Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm great.
I'm good.
Great.
Thank you for not demolishing our set. I heard you had a run-in with a very unlucky makeup chair earlier today.
I did, yeah. I had a quick blowout with the chair that's over there.
Let's, the chair had the blowout. Let's be specific.
Yeah.
We didn't have to call a hazmat crew.
Apparently, you tech guys aren't as big as some of the WWE guys.
It's weird, yeah. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some IT guys that could certainly have a blowout in that chair, but not around these
You're
folks.
weighted down by gadgets, but physically you're not as heavy.
Exactly. So thank you for taking it easy on our set. I appreciate that.
These are sturdy.
Did you? Let's not test the integrity. This is new. This is a new set.
Yeah.
I'm worried. You're known, obviously, for this incredibly intimidating presence in the ring, to say the least. But now you're working with a bunch of kids in The Chaperone. So, I mean, are they intimidated by you, or are you scared S-less by 30 kids that you have to work with?
I'll tell you a little bit of both. I think it was a bit of an intimidation. There's a scene on the bus where I get hit with a spitball. And I
saw that in the trailer,
yeah, I believe you're going to look at it right now. And I go at this kid and really get up in his face. And we must have shot that 20 times because he could not remember his lines. And he would remember. We'd cut, and director Steve Herrick would say, you know, you got to know your lines, and he would say it perfectly. And then I'd get up in his face, and he would botch it again. And they were putting it on a sheet of paper on the back of the seat in front of him, and he was still getting it wrong. Yeah, he was just, and at that point we'd been working together for a while, so he knew.
He should have known, but you know, you can't stop it. Did he urinate himself? Was there an upset mom on set?
I wasn't aware of any.
Okay, good.
Good. Bodily function.
Did you have to threaten any of them with chairs or any?
No chairs were threatened, although, you know, it's interesting working with a bunch of 13-year-olds. The on-set romances and things that were happening at a junior high level was mind-boggling. It really was, to the point where Ariel Winters plays my daughter in the movie, and her mom was on set with her and stuff, and she's telling me about dating the one guy and all that stuff, and I had to have a talk with him, like, dude, I'm just playing her, Dad, but just letting you know I'm watching.
Eagle-eyed.
Yeah.
So.
And he assured me he was a gentleman, you know. Yeah.
I'm sure they all are. When confronted with you. He can't remember his lines, but of course he's a gentleman. Was it like wrangling rabbits then at times? Were you just getting in between them in between takes? Or?
No, you know what? It wasn't too bad. The one thing about this group of kids was great. You know, you always hear don't work with kids or animals, but they were great.
Especially when the kids are acting like animals.
Yeah. No, but they were great. They were very professional. When it came time to do their job, man, they were all right there. But in between, it was a little kooky sometimes.
Until you're in their face scaring their lines out of them, of course.
Exactly.
Now, you have daughters of your own.
I do. I have 3.
How old are they?
I have a 4.5, a 2.5, and a 6-month-old.
I think you passed the test. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
My house is loaded with estrogen.
I think you compensate, though. I think
have
it's all
a
right.
male dog. I have a 200-pound English Mastiff. And the ironic part is I cut his balls off. So
You're next in that household, man. I hate to tell you.
He was the only guy, and I blew it.
You are absolutely
Yeah.
next in that household.
Yeah.
So now, have you given any thought to the moment when it is your daughter, your oldest, then the guy comes to the door, the speech you're going to give? Are you going to just show him a highlight reel?
It's
or?
not really it's not really a speech. I'm going to have a running loop of my most violent matches playing in the background.
One of the street matches in the background.
And I will come to the door with a sledgehammer and not really say much, just kind of look at him for a long time.
Just doing some repairs on the house.
Yeah.
Repair that face for you if you look at my daughter wrong.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, if I haven't seen you in WWE in a little while. I haven't seen you in the ring doing your thing. The Rock, everybody's talking about it. He was back in there. It's a big story. The Miz was here not too long ago talking about how he's...
sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Believe me, he tried to break every piece of furniture that we had and he couldn't.
Yeah.
But he's saying he's the face of the WWE now. Are we going to see you back in? Are we going to...
He said he was the face of the WWE?
That's what he was saying. That's what he said.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't realize we changed to like a Blue Boy format or something like that. Thought PG was more of a kids thing. I didn't think it meant pretty.
I thought you guys were going for the Bieber contingent.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
No, so any plans to return, though, and then maybe take some of that back?
I will be back in the ring sooner than later.
I love it. We'd love to see you doing what you do.
Yeah.
We're huge fans here, and thank you for scaring the piss out of 13-year-olds for us.
It's my pleasure.
Can't wait to see it. Thank you so much. Triple H, everybody! The Chaperone is out in theaters starting today, but now we're going to send things over to Candace.
Coming up, an all-new DVD Tuesday. Chris Gore has aliens and zombies for us. And then a present-day Gene Rapid Fire.
Hey, bro. He's so cool.
So you're a vinyl head. You've got crates and crates of records lying around, but no way to bring your precious collection on the go. Well, set your vinyls free with this Audio-Technica LP240 USB turntable, the Rolls-Royce of record spinners. This direct drive turntable provides 3 speeds, 33, 45, and 78 rounds per minute. Like most turntables, it takes some delicate assembly and calibration. But unlike most turntables, it's got an internal stereophono preamp, so you can plug it into any receiver or stereo without a special input. But the big draw is the USB connection. Connect it to your PC or Mac, load up the included Audacity software, and bam, you've got an effort-free way to digitize your vinyls and load it to any device you want. So if you're looking to dust off that old record collection or start one up and you want the cream of the crop, pick up the LP240 for $330.
Oh, there's the hit. There it is. More smacker. 50% more. I need some more smacking. Slap that.
Coming up Tuesday on an all-new Attack of the Show. WWE superstar Chris Jericho will be here live in studio with the truth on the WWE in his new book, Undisputed. Then on DVD Tuesday, Chris Gore gives birth to reviews of Due Date, Megamind, and what could be the best direct-to-DVD animated film ever, All-Star Superman. And we'll show you a guy who makes a living doing artwork for Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, and Blair Herter gets painted too. See it Tuesday. Studies have shown that one dose of DVD Tuesday a week is not enough. So here's another fix to get you through the weekend. It's DVD Tuesday on Friday. Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you. Thanks, Candace. Appreciate it.
So,
Awesome.
what do we got first?
We have monsters. Monsters.
Now, this film was shot for under $1 million. How did they do with such a short budget?
Well, they shot it for $10,000, and the director, Gareth Edwards, went to Mexico with his two lead actors, and they just shot this very guerrilla style. I mean, they in fact, they paid a lot of the actors. Any other actor that appeared in the movie, non-actor, they just gave $10 and said, "Here, sign a release."
Really? And they did it?
And they got away with it.
Were they just excited to be a part of a movie?
Absolutely, yeah. And also for $10, and he did all the effects himself. So it really was, just like a special movie that was very DIY.
Now, the director, Gareth Edwards, used a lot of guerrilla techniques when shooting this movie. How did it go over in this project?
Well, it's cool. I mean, first of all, really pulled off extremely well. I mean, he shot it with the Sony EX3, and then he used Photoshop and After Effects to do all the special effects in the film, which he did himself. And it's really well done.
Really?
I mean, it's really effective. I feel like the story's a little thin. It like introduces this premise that you believe, and you'll be blown away by these effects. These crazy tentacled monsters with legs. Kind of crazy stuff. But I quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
Now, is this a step forward for do-it-yourself filmmakers?
Absolutely. And I feel like this DVD with all the extras between the commentary and the behind the scenes, you'll learn so much about what you can do with nothing. But the one thing, writing is important. I think it's important to have a good, and there's a really good story, but I feel like
writing?
I feel like the writing was good, but I feel like it needed a little bit more to take it a little bit further. But the thing that holds it together are the two lead actors who are romantically involved in real life.
Really?
They actually got married after the film, and
that's great.
They have a lot of great
True
chemistry.
love.
Yeah, no surprise. So really, really enjoyed it.
Bottom line,
rent it. Strong recommendation to rent.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's our next DVD?
Next one is The Horde.
Now, how did you feel about how badass these zombies are? They're fast, strong, and seem to be smarter. Does this work?
Well, yeah, it's worked in films like Dawn of the Dead, and if you're a fan of the Max Brooks Zombie Survival Guide, he explains, these are more recently deceased zombies, so they move a little faster, which I love that. I love that explanation. So that I love. What I'm not so sure about is the French.
The French.
I don't know. The French.
Now, are French zombies different than American zombies?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird hearing, exactly, like the French. I mean, it's like also the French language. It's so beautiful and romantic, and they're shooting zombies in the head. And it starts out as kind of this weird crime thriller that then devolves into zombie chaos, which doesn't quite work for me.
Now, why is it that in all zombie movies, the invasion seems to happen in like 10 seconds and boom, everyone is a zombie and nobody knows why?
Well, you should read the Zombie Survival Guide because then you would survive a zombie outbreak and you'd know how quickly an outbreak spreads. But I don't know. That just happens. What I want to know is, why are there zombies? Have they ever explained it? It's a virus or outer space spore? In some of them they do, like 28 days later.
But not this.
Not this.
Okay.
No explanation.
So bottom line?
Bottom line is, I'm going to say, unfortunately, pass.
Okay.
French, you're better at comedies. Stick with what you know.
Thanks, Chris. To honor President's Day and thank them for getting us a day off, let's have a presidential-themed rapid fire. Yeah! Can I get 35 seconds on the clock? Ready?
35 seconds?
Go!
Okay, Air Force One, one of the great action movies, Harrison Ford at one of his best.
Love it.
Awesome. JFK, if you are paranoid, this you will definitely love this. Fantastic. Dick.
I love Dick.
What'd you say?
Wait. That's really good. Keep going.
I love Dick too.
I love that
Frost
movie.
Nixon was awesome. If you know about the history, Wag the Dog.
8, 7,
Wait a sec.
6,
W.
5, 4,
Eliminator, Tucson, W.
3,
in the line of
2,
fire. Great action. Clint Eastwood. No.
No, I didn't make it. Nice try,
Great.
though. You did pretty good.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Chris.
my
I
best.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks.
For follow him on Twitter at @ChrisScore. Now let's go over to Kevin.
Thanks, Candace. Chris, you're awesome. Women have closets filled with shoes, and men have closets stacked with porn. Also, probably some sneakers in there. So here's something for the fellas. It's not porn.
Spring is almost here, which means it's time to lose those galoshes and replace them with these latest kicks. Leaping over tall buildings in a single bound is usually reserved for guys like Superman. But now it looks like you can join the Mile High Club with the Concept 1 from Athletic Propulsion Labs. Officially banned by the NBA for their undue competitive advantage, these basketball high tops use a load and launch technology which is designed to instantly increase a player's vertical leap. As part of a re-release, these carbon fiber kicks are bright red with white trim and have the word banned imprinted on the bottom of the sole to commemorate the league's decision. We had a chance to try out these Hooper Ball jumpers, and they improved our game by about 2 to 5 inches. These kicks are a limited edition, so grab a pair while you can at athleticpropulsionlabs.com for $300. Of course, that won't help anyone at the NBA dunk competition this weekend. But if you're more worried about your bunny hop as opposed to your vertical leap, then check out these latest bike riding sneaks from Vans. As part of a new line of apparel, Vans has partnered up with the BMX hardware company, The Shadow Conspiracy, and created these streamlined kicks to commemorate the unbreakable free spirit within BMX. The low-top Brascos are a down-to-earth design, whereas the high-top Owens have Silentium Vel Mortis inscribed on the side, which is Latin for silence or death. Both pairs are a simple black leather and highlighted with dark suede, then topped off with the Shadow Conspiracy logo printed onto the tongue and etched into the back of the shoe. These kicks are available now, so pedal over to shopvans.com and snag the Brascos for $55 and the Owens for $75. Finally, get ready to break in your new kick drum with these latest dunks from Nike. Created by the legendary drummer Questlove, who previously teamed up with Nike for their Air Questos. These new dunks are perfect for anyone wanting to show off their roots. 2 pairs are available, the monochromatic yellow dunk, along with a more ornate varsity red dunk high, which features a never-before-seen button-down lace. Both are topped off with the traditional Nike swoosh, along with Questlove's famous silhouette, complete with his signature fro pick. These dunks were just released last week in Japan and have already sold out, but we're expecting to see a US release later this year. So whether it's dunking, drumming, or riding, we've got all the latest kicks for all you sneakerheads. Statistically, cheerleading is one of the most dangerous sports.
I love it when a cheerleader eats it, though. Honestly, that's not what I meant, but I love that too. And on the plus side, now she wears a bigger helmet than the football players, so that's cool.
For her health. Thanks to our guests, Triple H, Sarah Underwood, and Chris Thorne.
Stick around, Pop starts right now.